I'm Dr. Natalie Phillips, host of Just Connect, a show where we chat about connections through social media, learning opportunities, and through the people we meet every day. Join me every Wednesday on Facebook Live at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I am an audiologist, a business owner, an entrepreneur, and a connector. This life is about connecting for the right reasons and to the right people. I believe making authentic and true connections lead to growth, change, and impacting the world. All right. Hello. I'm going to put up a couple of things there. Hello. I'm Dr. Natalie Phillips, and I am the host of Just Connect. And I actually had a pretty good topic to talk about today, but I have to say that I changed my mind, and I'll tell you why in a second. I wanted to just say hello, Brad. Good to see you today. Thank you for joining. Okay. So, I had a really different topic today, but as I was driving home, I had an appointment earlier today, and as I was checking out, I was quickly, paying for services and a product, and I had to kind of calculate in my mind, because I was going to tip, but I was going to tip on the service, not necessarily on the product, and so I kind of stood there for a while, and I was like kind of thinking about it, and the woman that was checking me out, she said, "Oh, I can't help you. I'm just you're the doc. I'm just a business owner." And I was like, and my initial reaction was like, what do you, I'm like, no, and I figured it out quickly and I hurried along my way. And I was so mad because I was in the car and I thought, gosh darn it, why didn't I just empower her and say, don't ever say that ever again, that you're just a business owner is huge. It's not just a business owner, but I was just thinking about, like, I need to be a little bit more vocal about when I hear that. And so I crafted this message today because I really, really, really wanted to talk about it because I thought a lot about it because I was stuck there too. And so that's what I wanted to talk about. But to back it up, I wanted to focus on two words. First of all, we've all heard the saying of "I am." Right? And the words those are very powerful words because the next word that you put after it is what you're going to either step confidently in or maybe what you've defined or what you have spoken. The real saying is, I am, in quotes, are the two most powerful words for what you put after them shapes your reality. So to me, my question to you today is, when you think about the words "I am," are you quick to say, "Oh, I am this," or do you have to pause and you're like, I don't really know what I am. So let me think, because I want to make sure that whatever I say shapes my reality or is something that I can confidently step in. But the last thing I thought about the words "I am" is, are you putting the word "just" right after that? So I am just, right? That to me is the most powerful way to deflate the two most powerful words. Because I looked it up, and the definition of just means, in this particular sentence that you're going to use it in, is merely or only, like I am only, or I am merely, or I am simply. And gosh, doesn't that just make you feel so deflated and so, not confident? Hello, Dina. Good to see you here as well. And so it really made me think, like, we've got to stop doing this. Like, how many of you hit me up with some likes, some hearts, some, angry emojis or, sad emojis, if you have ever done that, if you have ever introduced yourself or said, "I am just." Okay, I have, so I'm going to raise my hand and say that. Hello, Charles. Good to see you. So we're talking about, first of all, the two most powerful words is "I am." And it really depends on what you say after that, except when you say "I am just." And all of a sudden I feel like you just like stuck a pin in the balloon and it just like deflated, because all of a sudden you've created the two most powerful words and you've taken it to I am just. So I have to admit that I have done it before. I've said, I'm just an audiologist. That's what I said. Like, how could I ever... Charles is on here. Charles is one of the dear friends and producers of my podcast, and everything I learned was from him. And I remember going, I can't have a podcast. I'm just an audiologist, you know? Or I have said to myself, you know, why are people talking to me or interested in me? Like, why do they think that I can actually do that? I'm just blah, you know, or I'm just whatever it is that I filled in after that. I've had even people say that to me, actually, where they said, why are people interested in you? You know, you're not a business owner. You know, I make more money than you, blah, 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 right? And so it really made me think about, what are we speaking? What are we speaking out loud? And what or who defines you? Is it really what people are saying? I mean, yes, somebody said that to me, and you could be like, oh my gosh, but, you know, I'm done with the whole victim role. Yes, they said it once, but it was me who continued to say and put myself back in this hole and say, yes, I am just this. That's what that person said, so I am going to believe it. It really was me, you know, and to me, I'm really trying to talk about how it really isn't anybody else that's saying anything to you that makes you define yourself. And, you know, if it is somebody around you that's doing that, like, get rid of those people. That's a secret. Actually, it's not a secret. Just get rid of those people. But if you really if you really think about who defines you, it's you. It's you. Take ownership. And so I came up with a few ways that I want to help eliminate the word just out of our vocabulary. And I say "are" because I still do it. And so I want to be real about it, and I still do it. All right. So number one way is to verbally practice introducing yourself. Whether it's your tagline, your elevator pitch, your mission, your motto, the more you do it, the better you're going to get. So, I am a husband to 1, a father to 7, and the creator of what's going to be the most watched show in the world. Do we all know who does that? Yes, I'm not a father and I'm not a husband to 1 and a father to 7. You guys are probably like, what is she talking about? Whose is that? Do you ever hear Glenn Lundy, when he introduces his show every morning, say, I'm just a husband to 1. I'm just a father to 7, you know? No, he comes out confidently and he says, I am a husband to 1. I am a father to 7. You know, I have another person. I'm just a kid from the south side of Chicago, here to make my family smile and inspire the world at the same time. We all love him. We all know him, Marcus Stone. Now, Marcus Stone, he does say, I'm just a kid from the south side of Chicago, right? But it works because if you've heard Marcus's story about where he came from and everything that he went through, and you look at him now, you would have never guessed his background and his story. But everything made him who he is. And yes, although it works, Marcus, we all know Marcus. Somebody tag Marcus Stone. We all know that Marcus is not just anything, right? He is truly an inspiration for so many people. He brings motivation every morning and he brings positivity every morning. So as a Tiger Mom, Marcus, I'm going to ask you to redo your outro and say, I am versus I am a kid from the south side of Chicago. All right, he's going to kill me when he sees this. I know it. He's going to be like, oh, come on, Doc. Come on, Tiger Mom. So anyway, but I was thinking about it. We all know Marcus is not just anything. He is special, right? All right, so number one way to eliminate the word just from your vocabulary is verbally, out loud, practice how you introduce yourself. Okay, number 2 is reach outside of your comfort zone. Attend something outside of your industry. You know, I have attended business and entrepreneurship conferences. I've attended automotive conferences, all my automotive people. I've attended leadership summits, startup weeks, TEDx events. You know, meet people to find something and to force yourself to find something in common with them. And sometimes, like, take that step, even though you don't have any plans. Like, just do it. Just do it. Uh-oh, Glenn Lundy's on here too. Hello, Glenn Lundy. Your ears must have been burning, or somebody must have tagged you, because I just talked about you. Anyway, good to see you, and good to see you, Cindy. All right. So we're talking about how to eliminate the word just out of your vocabulary. Number one is verbally practice introducing yourself. That's number one. Number two is reach outside your comfort zone. That means attending something outside of your industry or outside of your comfort zone, and also meeting somebody that you would have not said, nah, I will go ahead and meet that person. Glenn says, what did you say about me? Okay, well, you know what? You're going to have to go watch the replay to see it. And nothing but good stuff. Nothing but good stuff. All right. Number three is listen and accept. The third way to eliminate the word just from your vocabulary is actually listen and accept. Okay, so what this means is we are our worst critics, right? We are those horses with the blinders on. When someone points out something, why is it that our first thing, when somebody points out something good, why is it that the first thing that we say is, oh no, that couldn't be me. No, like everybody does that. Like it's nothing special, right? Why don't we just pause? Why don't we, I'm not asking you to say, oh yeah, that's dang right. Like maybe some people can do it because they have some great confidence, but just say thank you. Just say thank you, and then step back and pause and actually think about it later on your own time. What did they say? What did they mean? And, maybe it's something that I haven't really paid attention to, or maybe it's something that I'm not seeing in myself. But just a thank you, right? And so listen and accept. That's something that I had to work on too, was to really listen and accept of what people were actually telling me that I was good at. All right, so here's some of my points here. Connection begins with communication. Communication of ourselves, communication with others, and communication is really speaking and listening. So yes, I get to sit here and I get to just speak at you, but also listen. So on that note, I want to look at some of the comments here and see what you guys are saying. I'm going to kind of scroll up here. Dina Kelly says, I use positive words and spit them out quick. And I used to have a mirror to practice the words. I am ... That's a great idea. A lot of the times, my daughter's in theater, and a lot of the times they tell you to practice in front of the mirror because it's different when you're just talking out there and you're not really seeing what your facial expressions are or anything like that, and to be comfortable with that. And so that's a great point, Dina, is to practice in front of a mirror. And then Cindy says, be confident and proud. Yes, absolutely. And hello, Corey Workman. Good to see you. I'm going to text you right after because I have to ask you about something that we're going to be doing together. And so again, for those of you just kind of joining, what I covered today was basically looking at the words we speak, the power of the words, and really thinking about those two most powerful words, which is I am and what you put afterwards. But also, I really want you to focus on if you do put the word just, which means simply or merely or only, after I am, you are automatically deflating what those two powerful words are. So stop doing it, and I will stop doing it too. I have to practice. So some of my things that I want to challenge you folks to do is obviously with the three things that I talked about, how to eliminate the word just out of your vocabulary, which included verbally practicing your introduction, reaching outside of your comfort zone, and listening and accepting. So what I want you guys to do, I really, really want you to do, hello, Terry, good to see you, is number one, practice verbally out loud introducing yourself. Take a tip from Dina Kelly and practice in front of the mirror. It could be something short, a tagline. It could be something, like your elevator pitch if you really want to talk about it, like your networking, something that you would be ready to go if you went to a networking luncheon or something like that. But practice out loud verbally introducing yourself. Number two, I want you to find something simple or find someone outside of your comfort zone that you would have not necessarily reached out to. Just put yourself out there. Uh-oh, Marcus is on here too. Okay, so Marcus and Glenn, I totally called you out in a good way, but because you guys are here, I'm also going to say that these are some of the guys that and their amazing shows that I listen to. I'm going to put it out there because I want people to listen to both of them. Number one is Glenn Lundy is actually, if you're on Mountain Standard Time, Glenn Lundy comes on at 3:30 a.m. in the morning on hashtag Rise and Grind. But you can catch him on the replay if it's too early, or if you're on the East Coast, it's perfect. It's 5:30 a.m. in the morning. Facebook Live, hashtag Rise and Grind. Go to that group and join it. Marcus Stone is at 4:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Again, if you're on Eastern, 6:30, but Mountain Standard Time, and he is on the Daily Dose show. Two amazing men. I did talk about them today, so they're going to have to go back and listen to the replay. And yes, Marcus, there is a special challenge for you in this particular show that you're going to have to find. And yes, I was being a tiger mom. Okay, so going back to my call to actions and my challenges for you. Number one is practice verbally introducing yourself. Number two is find something out of your comfort zone to do, to show up at. It can be a workshop in town. It doesn't have to be something expensive. It doesn't have to be where you jump on a plane and go somewhere, right? Or a person that you want to just go and have coffee with, or whatever you want to do, right? And so find something simple or someone outside of your comfort zone and really push yourself. And the third thing I really want you to do is, this is the biggest thing that I'm asking you to do, okay? If you don't get the first two done, it doesn't matter as much as this last thing. This one is super, super important. So when I talked about I am and then putting the word just after that, what I really want to do, I have to be super thankful for people like our friend, people that are on today, Lisa Copeland, my friend Regina Corona, my friend Tiffany Brown. All of those women have spoken things into me and have spoken things. Sherry Matthews is another one that said, I see something in you. You might not see something yet, but I see something in you. And they have said it out loud to me. And that's why my third point of, eliminating just from your vocabulary really is you listening and accepting that, right? And so the third challenge that I have, the most important challenge that I want you guys to do today is, if you see something in someone, speak it. Speak it to them. Tell them what you see that they're good at, because chances are they might not see it. Chances are nobody else might tell them that. And chances are maybe you will guide them, or you will give them a little bit of a seed that might actually ignite something in them. And that's what this is all about, you guys. That's what community is about. That's what family is about. That's why we're all here. So that's my 2 cents of the day is, if you didn't take anything out of this, the one thing that I really, really want you guys to do is, if you see something good in somebody, I want you to speak it to them, and I want you to speak it out loud. So with that, I just want to say thank you so much for joining in. And I have one thing I wanted to kind of put up real quick, just as a reminder. We are doing a workshop here, or kind of like a conference here, called Unbreakable: Finding Strength in Imperfection, and it's on September 6th and 7th in Loveland, Colorado, and I'm super excited to have this event coming up. And the early bird tickets end at the end of July, and I would really love for you guys to try to get your early bird tickets if you're hoping to come. I will go back and I will actually put information in the comments for the link, because it saves you $40 if you get a ticket. All right, so, Corey, okay, so I'm reading a couple of notes before I head off. Corey says, go to lunch or Top Golf. Okay, I really, really, really want to go to Top Golf. So, Corey, maybe you and I should go to Top Golf. So, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, Marcus says, I'm telling on myself. I was talking to Anthony Santangelo. Oh, Anthony and Marcus, it's okay. You guys are fashionably late. You know what? I'm pretty sure Dina Kelly was the one that was holding open the door for you, so that's totally fine. And, yes, Anthony, you do need to get Sherry Matthews interviewed one of these days, because she is an amazing, beautiful human being and soul. And he says, 2 cents, your knowledge is worth $2 million. I'm going to say, because I'm going to take my own medicine today, my own dose, is I'm going to say to Anthony, thank you very much for your comment. Thank you. And Marcus says, I see good in you, so I'm speaking. You're the best tiger mom ever. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to say thank you again. And anyway, so thank you guys so much for joining. It was a fun topic. I literally had a totally different topic for today, and this came up just because it was something that that just hit me on the way home today, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to talk on this topic. So thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you next week. Everybody have a good rest of your week. All right, bye.